When you think of Hollywood legends, few names command the respect and admiration that Denzel Washington does. With 2 Oscars and a career defined by unforgettable performances, Denzel has built a legacy rooted in discipline, integrity, and an unwavering commitment to his craft. But behind the scenes, the story isn't always as smooth as the red carpet. For decades, Denzel has quietly navigated a world filled with egos, betrayals, and clashes that have tested his principles. Today, we're peeling back the curtain to reveal the 6 actors Denzel Washington has had the most intense conflicts with, and the stories behind those silent battles. Denzel's approach to acting is sacred. Every role is a responsibility, every script a chance to tell a meaningful story. This dedication has often put him at odds with others who see Hollywood through a different lens, one where speed, spectacle, or personal gain take precedence over artistry. These clashes aren't just about personality, they're about fundamentally different visions of what it means to succeed in Hollywood. Let's start with Tyler Perry. Perry's name is synonymous with a prolific output of films and shows, often produced at a breakneck pace. To many, he's a powerhouse of efficiency and business savvy. But to Denzel, Perry's approach felt like a betrayal of the craft itself. Where Denzel champions patience, preparation, and respect for storytelling, Perry's assembly line style, rewriting scripts on the fly, demanding actors memorize changes overnight, and firing those who can't keep up, felt exploitative. One actor who worked under Perry, Brandon J., described the experience as a grueling marathon squeezed into a single day, with chaos reigning over creativity. Hearing such accounts reportedly unsettled Denzel deeply. He once confided to a younger actor, "That's not storytelling. That's exploitation." Tension only grew when allegations surfaced accusing Perry of fostering a coercive environment on set. Christian Keyes, a longtime Perry collaborator, publicly broke down, revealing disturbing offers made to him. Though Perry never publicly confronted Denzel, the divide between their philosophies remains stark. Perry defends his empire by saying, "I don't make movies for critics. I make movies for my audience." It's a subtle jab at Denzel's focus on artistry over profit. 2 visions of black success in Hollywood, one rooted in tradition and discipline, the other in disruption and survival, collided, leaving a rift that is never fully healed. They don't collaborate, don't endorse each other's work, and only cross paths when forced by the industry. At 70, Denzel's stance remains firm. Respect and craft come first. Perry's empire keeps growing, indifferent to the quiet disdain it inspires. Now, here's a question for you. When it comes to art versus commerce, where do you stand? Should speed and profit ever outweigh the integrity of storytelling? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious to know what you think. Moving on to Sean Diddy Combs, the contrast couldn't be more striking. Denzel's world is one of restraint, dignity, and quiet strength. Diddy's is loud, flamboyant, and fueled by the energy of endless parties and spectacle. Their worlds collided in 2003 at one of Diddy's infamous parties. Denzel arrived with his wife Paletta, expecting the usual Hollywood buzz. But something about the atmosphere, the excess, the arrogance, the blatant disrespect, pushed him to his limit. Witnesses recalled Denzel confronting Diddy with a sharp rebuke. "You don't respect anyone." Without another word, Denzel and Paletta left, making a statement louder than any argument. Years later, Denzel would advise younger actors to leave 30 minutes before the devil gets there, warning them not to lose themselves in the darkness that often follows the party scene. For Denzel, that night wasn't just about Diddy, it was a rejection of a culture he refused to be part of. He never publicly attacked Diddy, but insiders say the rift never healed because it was never meant to. Diddy, known for his resilience and controversies, continues to thrive in his own way, while Denzel remains the elder statesman of Hollywood, reserved, respected, and untouchable. Next on the list is Oprah Winfrey, a figure who embodies power and influence in ways few can match. To the public, Oprah is a beacon of compassion and empowerment. But Denzel's view is more complicated. He's wary of the control that can come with influence, especially when it masks itself as compassion. His cautionary advice to young black actors, "Be careful in Hollywood," was widely understood to be a veiled warning about Oprah's brand of power. This tension never exploded into public drama, but it simmered beneath the surface. Monique, after winning her Oscar for Precious, accused Oprah and Tyler Perry of blacklisting her, claiming they stopped her from working. Ice Cube echoed similar frustrations about being punished for independent thinking. And then there's Michael Jackson's 1993 interview with Oprah, which many saw as a betrayal. Instead of defending Jackson against tabloid rumors, Oprah's tough questions seemed to amplify them. Years later, her promotion of Leaving Neverland deepened the sense of betrayal for many, including Denzel, who believes truth must come with respect. Oprah defends her approach as coming from a place of compassion and truth-telling, but for Denzel, tearing down a man who couldn't defend himself was a violation of trust. Their feud isn't loud or public. It lives in the silences, in Denzel's small circle and refusal to seek Oprah's approval. They don't hate each other, but they don't trust each other either, and in Hollywood that's a chasm few can cross. Then there's Will Smith, whose infamous 2022 Oscars moment shocked the world. For Denzel, who has always valued discipline and control, Will's public loss of composure was heartbreaking. When Will slapped Chris Rock on live television, Denzel didn't see a headline. He saw a man unraveling, a moment that betrayed everything he stood for. Without hesitation, Denzel approached Will backstage, not to scold but to counsel. His words, "At your highest moment, be careful. That's when the devil comes for you," became a defining lesson for Will and the industry. Will later repeated Denzel's advice, showing the deep impact it had on him. But the slap left a fracture between them, not hatred but disappointment. Their relationship since has been marked by polite distance, a silent acknowledgement of a moment that changed everything. Denzel's disappointment speaks volumes about his belief in restraint and the dangers of letting ego take control. Eddie Murphy's story is different but no less revealing. Murphy, Hollywood's king of comedy, built his career on charisma, improvisation, and instinct, a stark contrast to Denzel's disciplined, methodical approach. When they worked together on Dreamgirls, though Denzel ultimately turned down the role of Curtis Taylor Jr., which went to Jamie Foxx, tensions flared. Murphy's freewheeling style clashed with Denzel's demand for precision and respect for the craft. Crew members recall heated exchanges and raised voices, with Denzel insisting, "This isn't about showing off. It's about telling the story, right?" Murphy pushed back, arguing that audiences want authenticity, not robotic performances. The friction never boiled over publicly, but it lingered, a quiet reminder of their differing philosophies. Murphy has spoken about feeling overshadowed by Denzel's gravitas, while Denzel's silence and distance spoke louder than any words. Finally, Jamie Foxx, who starred alongside Denzel in The Soloist, experienced a similar clash. Foxx's improvisational style collided with Denzel's meticulous preparation, leading to on-set tension that was palpable to cast and crew. Denzel demanded structure and control, while Foxx championed emotional spontaneity. Their disagreements were philosophical as much as creative, freezing the atmosphere whenever they locked horns. Despite the friction, both men completed the film professionally. Foxx later praised Denzel's talent but acknowledged the bruises of their clash. Denzel, true to form, never aired grievances publicly, but the lack of warmth between them was unmistakable. They remain polite but distant, with no plans to collaborate again. These stories reveal more than just personal feuds. They paint a portrait of a man who has spent decades defending discipline, respect, and integrity in an industry often driven by ego and spectacle. Denzel Washington doesn't seek drama or attention. He draws clear lines when his principles are challenged. His clashes with Tyler Perry, Diddy, Oprah, Will Smith, Eddie Murphy, and Jamie Foxx aren't about hate. They're about a steadfast commitment to a code he refuses to compromise. What do you think? Was Denzel right to stand his ground, or do these conflicts reveal a side of him that's too rigid? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this. See you next time.